As humans, we have a deep desire to find a sturdy, dependable, and fulfilling sense of purpose. And yet, in our increasingly digital world, finding and holding on to this sense of purpose is becoming harder by the day. As a highly communicative species, we are drawn to using stories to help us understand our presence on Earth and share that perspective with others. Why are we here? What is my purpose? Who am I among it all? These underlying questions drive our biggest stories, and we have been asking them for thousands of years. How we approach these questions is based on what humanity's prevailing worldview was like at the time that they were asked. In this video, we will explore how humanity has developed its own story and continues to do so. We will organize the history of our storytelling into three main categories. The first story perspective, which represents everything from Greek mythology to religious scriptures. The second story approach, which focuses on the scientific process and modern technological solutions. And the third story, which aims to find the common bond between the first and second story and create a meaningful direction for our shared future. The first story began thousands of years ago, when belief systems and religious doctrines were our primary way of understanding complex ideas greater than ourselves. First-story worldviews are rooted in myth and ritual. Mythic narratives and ritual reenactments of the first-story worldview helped us to acknowledge, understand, and participate in the sacred dimensions of life as a community. This appreciation for the sacred established a foundation upon which right and wrong could be defined. It gave earlier communities the unified sense of purpose and meaning that they needed to survive, grow, and evolve. As human civilization developed, needs and questions emerged that couldn't be answered by myth and ritual alone. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the scientific revolution changed everything. A scientific understanding of the world and our place in it led to a new worldview. The second story. This worldview was rooted in objective truth, reason, logic, and the scientific method. It led to the rapid development of natural sciences and technological advances that created more stable and secure civilizations. In this worldview, what can be measured matters. Meaning and purpose, intangible concepts that can't be easily measured, no longer made sense, calling into question whether understanding our role in the universe is even necessary. Which is why, in many cases, the first and second stories tend to be pitted against each other. What if we weren't pushed to view these worldviews in opposition to each other, but as complementary sides to the same story? What if we combined them instead, keeping that sense of higher purpose from the first story and joining it with the clear scientific knowledge of the second story? We could create a new perspective that is better suited to our increasingly interconnected world. A third story. The third story worldview is our response to the crisis of orientation that colors our current moment. It is a way of helping you view yourself and your potential in a new light. It blends the ethical dimensions of the first story and the clarity of method of the second to bring about a contemporary way of understanding our role in our planetary community. Here's an example of how it works. We are alive during a time when Earth and humanity have developed a self-aware planetary thinking layer, the noosphere. The noosphere is so powerful that through it, humanity has begun to direct the evolution of life on Earth. This remarkable knowledge was created within the second story through the discoveries of science and technology. But we need more than just knowledge. We need wisdom. We need to know how to respond to the powerful insights that science and technology provide. For this, we can draw upon the first story's sensitivity to the sacred and see the emergence of the noosphere as a deeply meaningful event. We can organize our entire community around it. This third story perspective places humanity, places you, in a role of planetary significance. You are part of something important, the emergence of Earth's mind, the noosphere. Collectively, the noosphere will direct the evolution of life on Earth, either towards a positive or negative outcome. The direction that humanity takes, that life takes, that the planet takes, is directly influenced by your energy, thoughts, and activity. If you are feeling a sense of disorientation or a lack of purpose, this third story perspective can fill your life with meaning, even when it might seem hard to find. The overload of information makes it difficult for us to take time to reflect on the story of our lives and to clearly see how our lives are contributing to a larger story, leading many of us to a crisis of identity, a feeling of being lost. Not only do we need to navigate this abundance of information, but there's a feeling that we need to do it on our own. It can be taboo and off-putting to discuss life's big questions in public, but that is exactly what we need to do. It's time for humanity to address life's big questions out in the open and create a new story for itself. If we do, we can recover the shared sense of community that many of us no longer feel today. We can enrich our lives with meaning, direction, and a feeling of belonging at the planetary scale once again. Human energy is spreading awareness of the third story to help you find a deep sense of purpose and community. We want you to feel empowered to find meaning and direction in your life, to take the wheel in your hands by living purposefully and steer humanity towards a flourishing future and contribute to Earth's evolution in a positive way. Let's tell a powerful, beautiful story together.